Thank you, Lynn, and thank you everyone to come to here. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to share my understanding and knowledge with you. Tinakoto, Tinakoto, Katura. Good morning. Welcome everyone. Kia whakaatu I ahau. Let's introduce myself. Ko Thomas Ahau. My name is Thomas. Dear President Robin and friends, welcome to listen to my presentation today. I graduated for medicine bachelor degree in China in 1991. As Lin said, I moved to New Zealand in 1994. I'm a member of Acupuncture New Zealand since 1996. This is my topic for today. How has TCM developed in the world outside of China? The earliest Chinese classes, Huangdi Lei Jing, appeared more than 2,000 years ago. Traditional Chinese medicine became to extensively and systematically serve the health of human beings with a perfect system. The travel note of Marco Polo, aided by an Italian tourist in 13th century, first introduced Chinese medicine to the Western world. In modern times, especially the restoration of diplomatic relationships between China and the United States in 1972, acupuncture and traditional Chinese medicine began to go abroad on a large scale. In 20th century, especially in the past half century, in the history of world medicine, the average life expectancy of people has been greatly improved. Traditional Chinese medicine has made its indelible contribution. The current situation of TCM overseas, according to the World Fast 2021 November report, there are 196 countries and regions in the world that use acupuncture. There are 65 countries that recognize the legal status of acupuncture and 39 countries that are covered by medical insurance. There are more than 400,000 practitioners of various types of traditional Chinese medicine and acupuncture, including 135,000 registered acupuncturists in respective countries. Wellington's 2021 December report, more than one-third of the world's total population has received treatment with traditional Chinese medicine. Acupuncture 7个。 China is the birthplace of traditional Chinese medicine theory and technique. And Asian countries such as Korea, Japan, and Singapore are given priority to inherit and develop Korean medicine. It's called Oriental medicine. It's developed based on the system of traditional Chinese medicine combined with the native medicine of Korean. Sorry, this is Korean. I don't want to say North Korean, only one word. Although Korean acupuncture follow up a lot of China and have many similarities with China, but the two countries have developed different due to their unique characteristics. According to the earliest record, the history of Korean medicine during the two Jin and Southern and Northern dynasties, Zhichong brought 164 volumes of medical books to Goguryeo in the third year of the king of Pan of Goguryeo. That's 561 years, the timing. In terms of clinical Hippocrates, Korean medicine attached great importance to the combination of acupuncture and medicine, and rarely used pulsing diagnosis. According to the data of Korean Oriental Medicine Association, in March 2022, there are 29,600 registered visits. Japan is called Kenpo. Kenpo was first introduced to Japan in 5th century, about 1,500 years ago. This is the earliest record of traditional Chinese medicine spreading to Japan. During the Meiji Restoration, Western medicine entered Japan, and the government ordered the abolition of the Chinese medicine. Modern Chinese medicine has received attention in Japan. However, there's no pure Kenpo doctor in Japan, and there's no need to look, hear, ask, or posing to a different and treat, nor does it need to add or subject clinical symptom. That's the modern Japanese medicine. Japanese traditional Chinese medicine has actually embarked on the role of Wei's practitioner and remain hurt. According to incomplete statutes, there were 400,000 Chinese medicine practitioners, acupuncturists, massage therapists, and osteopaths in Japan in 2018. Singapore. Chinese medicine has been recognized among the Chinese in Singapore. Singapore was under British colonial rule, and the course of Chinese medicine was excluded and discriminated against by the colonial government. Chinese medicine had no legal state in Singapore and developed very slowly. From 1867 to 1945, only 5 TCM clinics were established. After Singapore became independent in 1965, the Chinese medicine industry in Singapore further developed, forming a large-scale Chinese medicine system. From the establishment of Chinese medicine hospital and improvement of drug and preparation and sale to the establishment of Chinese Medicine College, Chinese Medicine Scientific Research Institute, and Chinese Medicine Academic Body, and Pharmaceutical Business Association. Chinese medicine played an important role in the Singapore healthcare industry. As of December 31st, 2017, there were 3,206 legally registered Chinese medicine practitioners and acupuncturists in Singapore. We go to Europe. The most representative country are the UK, Germany. The United Kingdom is the center of European resurgence and one of the birthplace of modern medicine. Therefore, it will be more cautious about introducing foreign culture and technology. Chinese medicine started in UK in 1960. At that time, some British people went to Beijing and other places in China for a short-term visit to learn basic technique of acupuncture. After returning from China, they found acupuncture clinic in London and other places. Later, they opened a small-scale private acupuncture school. In 1980, more British people went to Beijing, Nanjing, Shanghai, and other places to study acupuncture for 1 to 3 months or more than half year. By 1995, the number of acupuncture practitioners had grown to be close to chiropractor in complementary medicine. Acupuncturists who were originally divided in different associations, which was also merged into British Acupuncture Council. Acupuncture has been developed in the UK for more than 60 years, and Chinese medicine clinic has also developed rapidly since 1980s. The biggest catalyst is that in 1990, Dr. Lu Denghui successfully used Chinese medicine to treat eczema and received a very significant effect. In 1998, the number of Chinese medicine clinics in the UK reached as many as 3,000. According to incomplete statistics, there are 10,000 acupuncturists in the UK in 2018. We go to Germany. Germany became to have a treat on Chinese medicine and acupuncture around 1683, but it did not develop until 1950. First of all, the period of 1950 to 1971 was the stage of translation and written. There were translated dozens of Chinese medicine works from acupuncture and Chinese medicine publication, and compiled German-specific Chinese medicine textbooks. A large number of traditional Chinese medicine publications has been published, especially in 1977 to 1978. In 1991, there were more than 15,000 members of the German Acupuncture Association. Not only were some hospitals willing to accept acupuncture, an acupuncture research institute was established in the same year. The first traditional Chinese medicine hospital in Germany, Kojati Chinese Medicine Hospital, was established, but only provide inpatient service. There's a nice and beautiful building. It is Kojati Chinese Medicine Hospital, the most famous TCM center in Western Europe. Most medical insurance only provide acupuncture treatment, but no other Chinese medicine treatment. With the exception of Kojati Hospital of TCM, currently, an insurance institution agreed to pay hospitalization in Kojati Hospital. An insurance institute agreed to pay the hospitalization in this hospital only. Most of the acupuncture doctors in Germany are doctors who graduate from medical college, and after a certain Western medicine practice, they have studied Chinese medicine. According to incomplete statistics, there were more than 50,000 acupuncture therapists in Germany in 2018, and nearly 2 million patients receive TCM treatment each year. We go to North America now. I will introduce the US and Canada. United States, according to literature record, Chinese medicine and acupuncture were introduced to Europe from China as early as 17th century, and were first introduced to the United States in 1824, when Dr. Franklin translated the French version of report on acupuncture research. After gold was was discovered in the western United States in January 1848. The number of Chinese who came to the United States gradually increased, including many practitioners of Chinese medicine. What really changed the situation of Chinese medicine in the United States and make it develop was the normalization of China-U.S. relationship after U.S. President Nixon visited to China in 1972, which set off a China fever in the United States. U.S. President Nixon visited China. This is the picture at the time. Nixon accompanied personal doctor Walter Tucker, visited acupuncture operation in China, and American journalists also experienced acupuncture personally. Tucker said, "I have seen very little, but it is enough to convince me that there is something important in it. This is what we should pay attention to and apply it clinically." With the gradual regulations of acupuncture in the United States, Chinese medicine has a good development movement in the United States. According to incomplete statistics, there were more than 40,000 registered acupuncturists in the United States in 2018. Canada. In the early 1970s, the development of acupuncture was rejected by Western medicine because at the time, the Canadian government stipulated that those who were not Western medicine practitioners, dentists, or veterinary licensed could not perform acupuncture treatment and could only be hired by Western clinic as an acupuncture technician and could not practice Chinese medicine alone. In 1983, with the support of Canadian Federal Minister of Business Registration, the Canada Chinese Medicine and Acupuncture Society was established. According to the report, there will be more than 8,000 TCM and acupuncture practitioners in Canada in 2022. South Africa. We got it now. Brazil. In 1812, Chinese went to Rio to grow tea and bring Chinese medicine to Brazil. This is the earliest record of Chinese medicine in the country. The first formal training in acupuncture was conducted in Brazil by physiotherapists from Europe in 1958. The first acupuncture clinic in Brazil was established in 1961. And the Brazilian Acupuncture Association was established in 1972. More than 70 years ago, about 600 people in St. Paul were willing to receive acupuncture treatment every year. Nearly 500 public hospitals and more than 2,500 clinics in Brazil have acupuncture treatment rooms, provide free acupuncture treatment service to the public. At present, there will be more than 100,000 acupuncturists in Brazil in 2020, including most of them are qualified Western medicine doctors engaged in acupuncture treatment, including 30,000 Chinese acupuncturists. There are 6 medical universities in Brazil have set up acupuncture course, and 30 students graduate every year. That's amazing. We go to Africa. South Africa. At the end of the 18th century, the UK hired more than 2,000 Chinese laborers to come to South Africa, and Chinese medicine immediately settled in South Africa with Chinese immigrant. Before 1990, there were only more than 40 TCM clinics in South Africa. Most of them were acupuncture, massage, and Chinese osteopathists. After the establishment of diplomatic relationship between China and South Africa in 1998, the development of traditional Chinese medicine in South Africa has improved significantly, and its legal status has established in 2000. According to the report, there was more than 500 acupuncturists in South Africa in 2018. We come back to our Australia. Chinese medicine was introduced to Australia around the time of Qing Dynasty in 1848. The first batch of more than 100 Cantonese were recruited to go to Australia to work as a laborer. At that time, Chinese workers were engaged in arduous gold panning work, and their body were gradually damaged. The demand for Chinese medicine became stronger and stronger, and there was a market. There's a market where was demand. Therefore, there were Chinese herbal medicine shop in area where Chinese workers live. James Lindsay, a Chinese medicine practitioner, he came to the Victorian town of Wellington to open the first Chinese medicine clinic in Australia history. 林记宝康堂 Herbal Shop. In 2010, there were more than 5,000 TCM practitioners in Australia, and there were more than 3,000 TCM clinic and herbal dispensaries. In Melbourne, there were 2 universities set up with Chinese medicine departments, the Royal Melbourne Institute of Technology and the University of Victoria, which can grant doctoral degree. In New South Wales, the University of Technology, Sydney, and the University of Western Sydney, and the University of Technology, Sydney, have successfully opened the Department of Chinese Medicine. Although TCM acupuncture has not yet been incorporated into Australian universal healthcare system, major private insurance companies have included acupuncture in their personal insurance plan. By December 2021, there are 4,893 Chinese medicine practitioners and acupuncturists registered with the Australian Chinese Medicine Board. 57.5% are female and 42.5% are male. Chinese Medicine Board of Australia. That's the data for December 2021. Okay, we come back to our home country now in New Zealand. Maori first landed in New Zealand in the 16th century. In modern times, it was found through DNA human genetic tests that at least part of the Maori ancestors came from some area in Taiwan of China. Wangzhou is a traditional medicine method used by the Maori people in New Zealand. There are many similarities between Maori longo medicine and Chinese herbal medicine. Longo include the application of herbal medicine, physical therapies such as massage, trainer, or spiritual healing. In the early 1850s, many Chinese came to New Zealand to paint for gold. There was little written record of acupuncture and herbal treatment methods at that time. But it was also extremely that maybe at the time, those Chinese who came to the gold digging brought acupuncture and herbs to treat any ailments and injuries that they might have. Thomas Wellington, a Chinese who came to Xinhui, Guangdong in 1884. Their youngest son was named William Wellington, who was born in New Zealand. In 1939, William Wellington, the Chinese name is Wang Bingchai, established the first TCM clinic in New Zealand, in Auckland. New Zealand's first TCM practitioner might be him. But I asked Shuben whether his grandmother is, and he might be not. But his family is very proud of the family here. We have a look. This is Wangdu's family, and migrated from Xinhui, China. You can see there's a hero of TCM in New Zealand. They brought it in our significant history. The right-hand side is the grandmother of Shuben. The left side, the middle person, is your grandfather, Rick Shuben. That's great. And grandma holding the William Wellington. Okay, we can see the latest picture. And who knows Shuben's Chinese name? I know it. It's on right hand here. Xu Wan. Wang Xu Wan. The Chinese Cantonese name. So the Shuben is very close. That's amazing. That's very good. And the New Zealand Register of Acupuncturists, NZRA, was established in 1977. The first president was William Wellington. NZRA has always been the largest professional organization in the acupuncture and traditional Chinese medicine profession in New Zealand. As of 2021, the number of members was 748. The New Zealand Acupuncture Standard Authorities, NZASA, formed in year 2000, has about 450 members. By September 2021, there were 1,120 acupuncturists registered in ACC in New Zealand. That's 2021 figure from the Acupuncture New Zealand study. This is ACC acupuncture treatment course data. You can see how the improvement contributes to ACC from our work. ACC, 1967, the Woodhouse report, it was the foundation of ACC. In 1972, the Accident Compensation Act. In 1974, ACC began aimed. So, after long time and hard work by the Council of the NZRA lobby with the government, and finally won the support of wide range of member parliaments. ACC passed a bill in the Parliament in 1990 to accept the NCRA member, only NCRA members, as a treatment provider under ACC. And ACC paid for patients who require acupuncture treatment for accident injury. 16 years later, in 2006, NCRA and ACC joined research and developed the ACC acupuncture treatment program. So that's the amazing step. At present, the main source of income for acupuncturists in New Zealand is treatment of ACC patients, but not only. According to the report of ACC in September 2021, the fees has been paid to acupuncturists in the previous year was $45 million. An acupuncturist has provided 816,000 acupuncture treatment for ACC patients. As we recognize, we have been support ACC patients and contribute to the work is so great. I have been working in ACC for 8 years as Asian culture advisor. I won the Outstanding Contribution Award of the ACC Work System in 2015. Regulation of Chinese medicine and acupuncture in major countries in each continent. In Australia, the Victorian Traditional Chinese Medicine Registration Act came into effect on 16 May 2000. It was opening a precedent of Chinese medicine registration in the world. Even though in China, the registration of Chinese medicine is just come up in the last couple of years. But it doesn't matter. It has been working for 1,000 years in the world, in China. Australia. So the national registration started on 1st of July 2012, and then Chinese medicine practitioners are required under the registration management of the Australian Health Practitioner Regulation Agency. The Chinese Medicine Board of Australia is the sole governing body that sets the registration standards and review applicants' application for registration. At present, Chinese herbal medicine and acupuncture have not been included in the national medical insurance system. It's called Medicare. Dry needling is a treatment used by physical therapists, chiropractors, and unregistered acupuncture provider. But its theory is different from the yin-yang and five-element theory of traditional Chinese medicine and cannot treat disease anywhere in the body. Currently, dry needle is eligible for as little as 20 hours of training. The service as a health profession signed by the New Zealand governor on 20th September 2021. Officially recognized Chinese medicine as one of the health professions in New Zealand, which came into force on 1st of November 2021. Here we can hear Penny to introduce to us, and I hope she will introduce more about the upgrade in the future. New Zealand became the first country in the Western world to enact registration on Thailand. So it's quite new. We are the first. On May 21st, 2022, this year, Minister of Health New Zealand appointed all 9 members of the Chinese Medicine Council of New Zealand. Coming up, there's a super lady. hear of us. And then we go to North America, United States, starting from the legalization of acupuncture in Nevada State in 1973 until acupuncture law. It's divided into two parts: safety classes and routine test and operation test. Only 3 exams are passed in order to obtain a license. This is another story. Autonomous TCM registration was fruitful in early 2022 this year. At the end of February, the promised government was going to dissolve the traditional Chinese medicine council and abolish the traditional Chinese medicine law. In early March, after strong protests by local Chinese medicine practitioners, the Chinese Medicine Act was retained and registration examination method in Mandarin and Cantonese were provided. So once you're going up to the stage, and you will not regret to go forward, can't go back, and working well. South America, we go to South America. In 1977, Brazilian legislation recognized the stature of acupuncturists. In August 1996, the Federal Medical Council of Brazil finally voted and passed the acupuncture proposal, ending the proposal that non-Brazilian physicians should not practice acupuncture. That we are fighting all the time, and they fighting to save. So we get step by step to get more right for us. In May 2006, the Minister of Health of Brazil issued Act 971, which incorporates natural remedies such as acupuncture, herbal medicine, homeopathy, and warm bath into the unified health system. Since then, Brazil can enjoy free acupuncture treatment, homeopathy, herbal therapies in public medical care. That's amazing. So Brazil, you can see how many people practice it, how many acupuncturists practice it. They got government support very well. We go to Europe, we travel to Europe now. UK, in 2002, the British Minister of Health established the Herbalist Regenerative Management Working Group. Its original intention was to ensure the safe use of herbal medicine. But its approach was to combine a Chinese traditional medicine, which is completely independent from other medicine methods, with Western traditional herbal medicine and Indian traditional herbal medicine, all they are registered as herbalists. And acupuncture is registered separately. But all the different TCM professional body was not there. There was no consensus on this registration plan. Not happy with it, not agree with it. And the call for the overall registration of Chinese medicine, overwhelming majority of the various acupuncture associations by Westerner and opposite. Traditional Chinese medicine registration in UK has stalled. We go to Germany. The German government and the National Health Insurance Fund has still not established that Chinese medicine has equal stature with Western medicine in Germany. That's maybe them in the long term to go to work. Okay, we go to Africa. South Africa combined the legal stature of various therapies, including Chinese herbal medicine and acupuncture, through legal procedure in year 2000. The government established the Ivy Health Professional Council of South Africa, and the therapy, including Council of South Africa, the therapies, including Chinese herbal medicine and acupuncture, were registered with the committee. In 2004, according to the level of the knowledge, it is divided into two levels: Chinese herbal medicine practitioner and acupuncture list. Asian, Singapore. We go to Singapore. In December 1999, the outline for registration of acupuncturists in transition period was published, and the registration of acupuncturists became in the following year, and applicants' TCM education background and medical practice experience were individual relevant under the policy. Old medal for the elderly, new medal for newcomers. Respected to be fully exempt from the examination for formal registration, completely exempt from the examination and transitions from registration, to pass the clinical assessment, and to take the unified examination after taking the prescription refresher course. Specifically, on November 14, year 2000, the Singapore Parliament passed the Traditional Chinese Medicine Business Act. The Traditional Chinese Medicine Practitioner Board was established on 7 February 2001. As with the registration of acupuncturists, registration is carried out according to the principle of the old medal for the elderly and the new medal for the new person. The Minister of Health will provide special registration arrangement for traditional Chinese medicine practitioners who have been practicing before the law is passed, based on their academic qualification and medical experience. We have lots of things to learn from other countries, from New Zealand. Okay, we come back to Asia. South Korean again. In 2003, the Korean Medicine Promotion Act was enacted, and Korean medicine and Western medicine have the same independent legal stature. That's very nice. So in Koreans, Chinese medicine was very respected. Japan. In 1947, Japan promulgated the law on massage therapies, acupuncture, and obstruction term, except to standardize the management of massage therapy, acupuncture, and massage term. Malaysia. In 2018, Malaysia promulgated the Chinese Medicine and Acupuncture Registration, Traditional Chinese Medicine Act, and more than 8,000 TCM acupuncturists were registered that year. That's in Malaysia. Okay. In 2016, as a record, China and overseas institutions have established over 35 TCM centers. So China is very supportive overseas to develop Chinese medicine, to help the people, to help in the health industry. This is the name of the Chinese TCM center. Okay. Now, positioning of Chinese medicine in overseas development are summarized with that. Chinese medicine and acupuncture have taken root and develop rapidly overseas. In the future, the development will only become more and more extensive, and the management will become more and more strict. That's true. Overseas government take acupuncture is more acceptable than Chinese medicine. Because of this relation, medicine and the local Western medicine struggle for decades. Different way. Regulation of overseas Chinese medicine and acupuncture is the sublimation of the development and improvement of Chinese medicine. Regulation and development need the support of both governments, and also the effort of local Chinese medicine professional body, such as the Acupuncture Museum. We working so hard to the government to get support and recognize. Overseas Chinese medicine group need to greater unity between new immigrant and local old immigrant and local mainstream professional group to develop smoothly. We are the same goal. So we don't, whatever a newcomer or oldcomer or local professional colleague, we work together. We don't fight each other. That will make our industry go smoothly. It is indeed important to stretch the training of local Chinese medicine talent and improve the professional knowledge of Chinese medicine. The promotion and development of Chinese medicine professional. It is also inseparable from the friendly relationship between China and the host country. That's really important. We can see that Chinese medicine is fast rapid development in the overseas, and the building up the relationship with China and the United States start from that time. It's quite significant change. So we, as a teacher practitioner, we expect China and all the country to build a good relationship, and we will get a good future too. Strongly support for the scientific research activity of the TCM and in the whole country. Assist them improve the scientific evidence base of TCM in the local scientific field. So we are very excited and encourage our colleagues to do more research and publish more articles from New Zealand. Everyone said, oh, there's a lot of publication, TCM publication in overseas, but I think we can get more in New Zealand from our local. The government need to look our evidence. Okay. This is Acupuncture Museum AGM. We are so fantastic to participate each year here. And we are ready to see all our colleagues here. And we invite the international guest speaker to join us to bring our new knowledge. That's 2019, both of us, 2018, and Acupuncture AGM in 2019. That's our work. Everyone do the best and promote us and promote our profession. I teaching TCM in University of Canterbury in the last few years, and next Wednesday I go back to teaching again, different unit classes. And this is Gunzai High School Christchurch, and we're teaching them. They're very interesting. On 21st of June, the Chinese Ambassador Wang Xiaolong met with our President Wellington in Wellington. That's the highest recognized from governments in China for our Acupuncture Museum. On 7th of July, the Chinese Consul General He Yin met Roman our president again in Christchurch. That's in Christchurch, Chinese government representative. I studied a lot of material, and I should be appreciate and thank you, Yan give me lots of article and material to put in my brain, and I used half year to observe them, to sort them to 1 hour here. Thank you very much, Yan. Thank you to all experts and my colleagues and friends to listen to my report today. The content is also my personal supervised advice. Maybe some is not correct, not full, and just maybe from part of the angle from the development in the book. It's not everything included. And sometimes maybe it's not correct, please correct me too. And thank you, Suwan, to give me all your family photo. Appreciate. Wonderful. Thank you very much. And Karui Kimiki. Thank you.